Hi, I'm Joanne Danckwardt from One Agency JD Property Agents, and I'm here with Jo Lambert from Lambert Styling. That's correct, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
Now, I just thought, I heard you say once that by styling you're adding value to the home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that conversation you'd said?
Yep.
So I was really wanting our audience to know a bit more about how does styling add to the value of their home?
Add to the value of the home. Okay, well, for me, it's really simple in my mind. So what it is that any home, regardless of its age, whether it's older, whether it's new, even a brand new build can be presented quite poorly. A new build, just because it's new, doesn't mean that buyers are going to go in and think that it's a fabulous property if it's not presented well. So any home can be presented better, or it can have poor presentation, and poor presentation might make buyers feel that the home just isn't good to live in, it's not of good quality, and it just really might be the things that those owners have in their home. It might be the couch, it might be the artwork, it might be the things they have in the kitchen, but these things really impact on how we feel about a space and its value. So I feel that buyers know they're not buying your furniture, we all know that, but the furniture and the decorations that you have in a home and the way it's presented can really convey a positive or negative message to buyers. So we just want to, you can really do things that can enhance your presentation really on any budget, and by doing that you're making your home more appealing and more saleable. So it's important to look at the styling and the presentation of your home, because it's not just bricks and mortar. You'll get people that are always focused on the build and the size of the block and things like that, and of course they're important, but the styling is equally important. It can really make or break the amount of buyers you get through your property, the competition, and then ultimately sales results. So it's something that should be looked at.
So is there a dollar value that you would put on styling versus non-styling?
You know, there has been plenty of research out there, particularly in the last decade. Like, property styling probably wasn't much of a thing that people were into 10 years ago, unless you were in the very expensive suburbs in Sydney. Nowadays, it's very mainstream, regardless of whether you have a multi-million-dollar home or a small townhouse that's worth $400,000. Property styling can really assist. So there's lots of research as a result, and research would tell us that a well-styled property should get you a return somewhere between 8 and 12% more on what it wouldn't be if it was not styled at all or poorly styled. So, you know, you might spend a few $100s on plants and new linen, you might spend a few $1,000s on staging, but if you think a $500,000 property you might get $550 for that investment, I think it's really, really worth it.
And a lot of people don't realise that, do they?
I don't think that they do, but there's just so much evidence out there. So if you're not convinced or you don't believe, do a bit of a Google search, do some reading, and I'm sure, and like the before and after images, they really speak for themselves. I'm sure you'll easily be convinced of its value.
Thank you for your time.
That's okay, thank you.